This is a special report from Channel 4 Action News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Wright along with Scott Baker, and we are ready to kick off our parade for our Super Bowl champions. You want to stay with Channel 4 Action News? We've got you covered from the beginning of the parade route to the very end.
Yeah, a little thing going on downtown right now, and maybe a couple of 200,000 people might have turned out for this. I mean, it's a huge, huge deal. The city of Pittsburgh has waited such a long time to celebrate a Super Bowl victory, and now they have it. And I don't think that anybody is going to miss a chance to be part of this, whether it's in person or on the ground. And you see our team deployed at every stage across the parade route. You won't miss a thing. Sally and Andrew are near the receiving stand, and Jake and Janelle are posted too.
That's right. Let's kick things off with Jake Ploger. You're at the very beginning of things up there. What does it look like?
Well, Michelle, I can tell you that it is getting started right now. Here's Public Works Director Guy Costa. He's kind of clearing the way for this victory parade. I'll tell you what. Thousands of fans are out here in full force, all wearing their black and gold jerseys. I think I even saw some people shed their coat and tie today to put on another Steeler jersey. This parade is just getting underway. Now we're seeing the honor guard start coming down here. I can tell you that I was told by Public Works Director Guy Costa that Jerome Bettis and Hines Ward are back in town. They are expected to be in this parade along with most of the Steelers. We're going to see the Rooney family. We're going to see the Cower family. We're going to see a lot of the coaches and the support staff for the Steelers. And, of course, the thousands of black and gold bleeding fans are also out here ready to welcome home their Super Bowl champions.
All right, Jake, while we wait for some players to start coming through that parade line, let's go to the very end of the parade right now with Sally and Andrew, and that's where the players are going to be getting out and joining a rally. Is that right?
Yes, there'll be a rally, but there will be a lot of players and coaches and the Rooneys, you can bet, speaking from the podium. And I have to tell you, the early estimate this morning was 30 to 40,000. There are 30 to 40,000 around our podium right now, Michelle and Scott. It is amazing, and as I was walking down here, I remembered that I interviewed at Channel 4 the day after this celebration, after the Super Bowl in 1980, and I remember thinking, I want to work in a city that wins Super Bowls. And it's been 26 years. And so just seeing all of this, I think, we were actually, Andrew and I are starting to cry. I don't know about Andrew, but I started to cry because these fans are just amazing. There's nothing like them in the world, really.
I'll tell you, since we've gotten here, just all the support, the terrible towels, a lot of people holding one of the hottest signs in town on for the Steelers. This crowd, I mean, they cannot wait. Look at these people. They cannot wait for the Steelers to arrive. You got older fans, younger fans, just a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, this is, as you said a moment, 26 years in the making. And when this Super Bowl trophy is shown to this crowd, they're going to go absolutely berserk. It really is an amazing sight here.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger was on a late-night television, and he had his beard shaved off. He also happened to mention that he didn't think he had that touchdown, that he broke the play to go. But one of the things he said, and you could see it in his face, how sincere he was, that they have the best fans in the world here in Pittsburgh. And what was it after the Super Bowl? Ike Taylor said, you know what? Our fans are crazy. They're just crazy.
Well, they packed Ford Field in Detroit, and it seemed like a Steeler home game. You come back here, it is a Steeler home game, and this is like a moment that all these fans have been waiting for. It's a chance for them to really take in the entire Super Bowl experience, something you can only do partially on television. This is really...
All right, I have to wave this towel, so I'm going to just shove this in my hand.
So once again, this is the epicenter of the parade celebration. We'll be here to bring you all the speeches. We're hoping to hear from Hines, Jerome, Ben Roethlisberger, Joey Porter. Definitely is going to say something, I would think.
Oh, he'll say something provocative. We can bet that.
A lot going on down here, and of course we'll bring it all to you right here on Channel 4. The station happy to bring you Super Bowl 40. Now happy to bring you the Super Bowl 40 championship celebration. Back to you.
Yeah. All right, thanks, guys. At the beginning of the parade, it's starting, and we saw some of the North Allegheny marching band there. North Allegheny actually closed down school for the parade so the band could participate.
Lots of young people out there. Some school districts said the parade alone was not reason to miss school today, but I think plenty of people called in with excuses like they have appointments or something. Here we're getting set for the players to really get in the middle of their fans, and I remember listening to Troy Polamalu in the locker room right after the win, and asked about like what this meant for him, and he said it's a blessing. He said, but I can't wait to see how this changes the city of Pittsburgh. And then he said, I can't wait to get home. And now the players are home, and they're about to meet their fans. Jake Ploger, near the beginning here, we kind of got some glimpses of the guys that look like they are ready to roll here, Jake.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Scott, they're up in a holding area right now, which is kind of up Center Avenue from the official starting line of the parade. Right now at the starting line, you're looking at the North Allegheny Marching Band. Of course, North Allegheny made famous because they called off school today in honor of this victory parade. In fact, Coach Cower, his daughters play for the Fox Chapel High School basketball team, and they played at North Allegheny last night. And I saw this morning that a fan was holding a sign in the stands last night saying, "Thank you, Coach, for getting us out of a day of school." So North Allegheny Marching Band is here. The players, it's going to be a little while before they proceed through the official start line of the parade. We have a lot of folks coming through, a lot of bands before we get to the Steelers. So hold tight. They are going to be coming soon. I'll tell you what, it was amazing. The fans were out here at 8 o'clock in the morning getting ready for this big parade.
Again, the North Allegheny High School Marching Band, and I thought I caught a glimpse of our own Gus Rosendale. Did you happen to see him peeking around some of the fans there? Gus, is that you?
Recognizable shock and
way
hair.
over here. I'm actually next to Chris Wilson. Hey, Chris. Hi, Gus Rosendale. Hey, how are you? Gus Rosendale from Channel 4. How you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
What do you think of all of this?
Oh, man, I think it's wonderful. It's great. You know what? These Pittsburgh Phillies fans, I still say they're the greatest, man.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I really haven't. Is the city closed down right now?
Well, pretty much, yeah. You guys have pretty much done that. I don't think anyone's complaining.
Oh, no, no one's complaining, man. What, it's been since '79 since we won the Super Bowl? Something of that nature. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Just to be able to bring a Super Bowl to this city, man, it's just they need it, they deserve it, and I'm happy we can do it for them.
I know every reporter in the world has been asking you guys, how do you feel? But after a couple of days, has that changed, or are you feeling something a little bit different now?
Oh no, it still feels the same. It still feels the same. I mean, we're world champs, man. It's nothing better than this feeling that we're feeling right now.
And have they told you what you're going to be seeing today? I mean, have they given you a preview at all?
No, not at all. I don't really know. I'm just riding the wave, baby.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks very much. Appreciate your time. All right, guys, you kind of see what's going on. This is sort of the staging area of the parade. Big Ben is just down over there. There are a bunch of bands all over the place. This is sort of the backstage entrance, if you will, of this parade. And you saw Jake a little while ago. That's sort of where they're stepping off. But this is pretty crazy. I mean, just a little while ago, we saw all the players kind of driving through. Really emotional moment when earlier Coach Cower actually got out of his car and then walked through this gauntlet with all the fans you could see here cheering and just having an incredible time. So again, this is sort of where the parade is getting it going, where the excitement's really starting. You can see the players psyched, getting ready for a heck of a show here.
Gus, let me ask you this. It's hard to tell from this angle, but are they the players in the gray sweatshirts? Are those the players?
It's sort of a mixture at this point. You have a lot of people bringing, it's the entire Steelers organization, it would appear, a lot of family members as well. So it's sort of, but the folks on top of those cars are certainly the VIPs, if you will.
That's a good point also about the Steelers organization. It's like even here at Channel 4, there's so many people that are not on the air, but even in the organization, they are a family. There's so many people that work for the Steelers organization, involved in community, involved in marketing, and they really feel like they have a stake in this as well. But it was great to get that little glimpse of Chris Hope. What a game he had on Sunday night, and he really got it. He said, you know, the city needs it, they deserve it. And I think we're going to see, I bet it's just going to build here. We're going to see everybody pouring out of their office buildings and out of the all of the government buildings downtown. And I think we see the mayor, in fact, here right now. In the
Some of the government officials are going to start coming through the parade first, we understand. And the first part of the Steelers organization we'll see are the Rooney family members. And we're waiting for that. But as you can see, Mayor O'Connor, they're having a great time in his Steelers jersey. They're the Rooneys right there.
They were so looking forward to this. Jake Ploger down right next to them. Let's go to Jake.
That's right. Mr. Rooney, what's this like for you today?
Oh, it's terrific. It really is wonderful. I think every young person in the city is here.
Is this any different than the previous 4 for you?
Yes, you know, I think this is a lot like the first one, 9.
Are you excited about this? This is an amazing enthusiasm for the city.
Oh, it's wonderful. I think it's a good thing for the city. It's great.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy it. All right, there you see Dan Rooney and his wife, Pat. And let's take a walk over and talk to Mayor Bob O'Connor, newly elected Mayor Bob O'Connor. This has got to be exciting for you. A few months on the job, and here we are bringing home a championship.
We got the best owners, the best coaches, the best players, and the greatest fans, and I'm the luckiest mayor in America right now.
What do you say about this turnout?
It's typical Pittsburgh. We knew it would happen. We've been planning this for 2 weeks, didn't let anybody know. We were counting on the Steelers to bring us through. Look at this tremendous turnout. And I'm really happy for the young people.
Absolutely. The young people, of course, experiencing a Super Bowl for the first time. 26 years it has been since the last Super Bowl. Here we have County Executive Dan Honorado, also instrumental in getting this whole victory parade put together.
This is great, huh?
Describe this situation. This is unbelievable.
I'm 45 years old. I've never seen a crowd this big, and this is after the 4 Super Bowls. Now number 5. This region wanted to celebrate. You can see it today.
And you see a lot of young people out here who are experiencing this for the first time.
First time. I was 18 years old in the last Super Bowl. It's the first time for all these people. That's great.
Thank you. County Executive Dan Honorado certainly enjoying the atmosphere out here, as the thousands of Pittsburgh Steeler fans. Here's Art Rooney II. Let's try and get a quick word with him. This is amazing for you, I'm sure, to see this turnout.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. Steelers Nation turned out today.
Absolutely. Is this what's this like for you? As the team president now, this is really, you know, the first Super Bowl in 26 years. You're an executive now with the team. What's it like for you?
Well, hey, we were due. I mean, there's a generation of Steeler fans that didn't get to experience this, so it's great for them to be part of it now.
Thank you, Art. All right, Art Rooney II. Here we go. Here's some Steelers. We got Alan Faneca up there. Look at this. Alan, what's this like for you, buddy?
This is awesome, man. This is awesome.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I haven't, man, and it's glad to finally be a part of it.
It had to be exciting for you guys. You know, there was a big win, but it had to be exciting to come back here to Pittsburgh to see all these fans.
Definitely, man. The city of Pittsburgh deserved it just as much as we did, and I'm happy for them.
All right, thanks, Alan. All right, coming up next, guys, we see the Carlington School District marching band, and of course Carlington famous because that is the alma mater of our Steelers head coach, Bill Cowher.
That's exactly right, Jake. And as Carlington continues to march through, we're going to take a quick 90-second break, and we will be back with more of the Steelers victory parade after that.
Heinz Company proudly welcomes home the Super Bowl champs.
And our Super Bowl champs continue in their victory parade. And this is something that we've seen throughout the Super Bowl is some of the players with their own video cameras. And I understand, Jake, you're going to talk to, who is that? Casey Hampton.
Yeah, Casey Hampton. And you brought the Super Bowl trophy off the plane yesterday. What was that like for you, bringing it back to the city of Pittsburgh?
That was big, man. You know, Mr. Rooney asked me to bring it off, man. I almost got emotional, man. That was major.
This has to make you emotional, too, looking at all these fans.
Hey, man, it was a long time coming, man. It's happy we can do it for them, man. And they showing us their appreciation, man, by being out here in full force like this.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy the parade. All right, Casey Hampton, and while we were away, Bill Cowher came driving by with his wife, Kay, and his 2 daughters, Lindsay and Lauren. Kevin Colbert, the director of player personnel for the Steelers. Here's a bunch more coaches. There's Ken Wisenhut, Dick LeBeau, the two coordinators. Here comes another whole truckload of players. I see Jeff Harding's up there. Of course, he played in Detroit before he became a Pittsburgh Steeler and now has become a Super Bowl champion. There's Marvell Smith. He doesn't fit too well in this Corvette. Marvell, you don't fit too well in this car.
That's why I'm riding on top.
What do you think of this? Is this amazing to you?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you couldn't even ever think how it would be. It was great to bring this back to Pittsburgh.
Is this overwhelming?
Yeah, I've been having so many emotions since the game ended. It's hard to put everything in words.
All right, have fun. There you go, Marvell Smith, left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and now Super Bowl champion. Listen to this crowd. Now, as we said earlier, we are expecting Hines Ward and Jerome Bettis to be in here. Here's a look at Troy Polamalu, James Harrison, a number of members of the Steelers defense.
Chris Hoke.
There we have Chris Hoke over here. Chris, what's this like for you?
Oh, this is great, man. You know, the Steeler fans are supporting us all year, and it's great for us to come here and see them and show them that we love them.
Thank you, sir. All right, so there's some of the players. We're expecting some more to come through. Perry High School Marching Band now.
All right, Jake, I tell you what, as we continue to watch the high school marching band there, I understand that Coach Cower had a couple things to say just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, he did drive by with his wife Kay and two of his daughters. He said this is just overwhelming.
Well, let's listen into what he has to say right now.
What's it's like for you?
It's unbelievable. Words can't describe it.
Coach Cower with his family, and he went to his girls' high school basketball game last night. That's how he spent his first day back.
Look at the young people here. Mayor O'Connor saying he is so glad for them, even if they're officially, a lot of them, not supposed to be out of school. Interesting, the mayor saying, you know, we had this plan, but we didn't say. A lot of people thought that Steeler fans might be a little overconfident going into the game, but it was kind of that. What did Bill Cower even describe his team? He said, we had a little bit of a swagger, and I think Pittsburgh went into the game that way. And somebody pointed out, well, Seattle announced the date and schedule of their Super Bowl victory. Pittsburgh kept theirs under wraps. We get to have one, and they don't. Each of the bands kind of separating the segments of the parade as they spaced the players. It was kind of fun to see the defense unit, that secondary. It looked like they were all together in the back of that truck, and you were trying to pick out who was who. You can see Troy easily, obviously.
Truck weighed down a lot,
yeah.
You know, dragging the pavement a little bit.
It's testing the suspension in a major way. And you know, it looks like that the players are almost as excited about this as the fans are.
Oh yeah, here's some more players. Let's zoom in and see who we can find here.
A lot of them had family members, kids with them.
Sure.
Something they'll never forget.
And as you said, a lot of the Steelers staff members are coming along.
Let's go to Gus Rosendale.
All right, Gus.
Hey, Gus, fast Gus Rosendale is with even faster Willie Parker, I believe. Gus, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's right. We're with you right now. Let's see. Hey, Willie. Hey, how are you? How's it going? I'm sorry. How's it going? I blew it now. I'm sorry. How's it going today?
Who are you talking to?
I'm not sure.
Antoine Randall L, perhaps.
Antoine, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Antoine Randall L. You want to call me Willie?
That's what they told me over there.
It's over with.
What do you can say? You know, all the blonde jokes are true, but for all the fans who do all their stuff, tell me, how's it going for you today? All right, well, we can send this one into one of those Dick Lark blooper shows, I guess, and make a little money out of it.
Well, don't feel too bad, Gus. It is kind of hard to recognize all of them because they're all bundled up in the gray hoods and everything.
Hey, Gus, you can play the card. Tell Antoine I go to church with him, and his kids go to school with my kids, and it's all good. So and obviously he's going to be he's the free agent now, and you know, and especially after that pass, I think his market value just went up. So he's riding top of the world. Antoine Randall is. Look at, and I'm not sure which school we have here.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Gateway, right.
Yeah, our director quick to point that out.
Right.
A Gateway alum herself. As the festivities are kind of, and you know that everybody is like has a camera. They've got cell phone cameras. You know, it could be if you've got a really good angle and a really cool moment. I suppose you could like snap that and send it off to newsroom at thepittsburghchannel.com. And we'll, you know, who knows? We might be able to turn around a couple of those good ones.
Right now, let's take a quick break as the band continues to walk through. We will be back with you with more of the Steelers' victory parade in 90 seconds.
Action News continues here as Steeler Nation is rising to the moment. They made it the most watched Super Bowl in 10 years since the last Steelers Super Bowl.
And let's listen in to Jake Ploger right now. Jake, who do you have there?
Down with more players.
Hey, Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, who are you talking to?
It's very difficult to hear you, but we have the Brashear March Band coming up behind us here, and I'm asking a lot of these players if they are getting any sleep, and they're saying about as much as the rest of the city of Pittsburgh is, which isn't much.
And you just had a chance to talk to Tommy Maddox as well, right?
That's right. We talked to Tommy Maddox real briefly, and I think we might have that on tape.
But obviously for Tommy, a special moment because, you know, making a career comeback where he really did help the team energize itself, and he you know, played that special sort of mentoring role to Ben last year, and even though I had a couple of rough games, you know, I think that everybody remembers the moments when Tommy Gunn was firing like a rocket, and probably just having a stable veteran like that was probably a big help to Ben over the last 2 years.
And he was always talking about the close relationship he had with Ben and how important that mentor relationship was for Ben's growth.
And Maddox investing. So many of these players have investments in the community as far as their foundations, as far as the good work that they do, and they give back to the city in incredible ways that we don't even hear about all of the time. They're out there. You know, sometimes you see them. We'll put them on for different stories, but I suppose we probably just do a fraction, a tiny percentage of the time that they're out there helping with good causes and helping do good work across the city.
You'll want to stay with Channel 4 Action News for your complete Super Bowl victory parade coverage. We do have Channel 4 reporters and anchors set throughout the parade line from the very beginning there at the Mellon Arena area, all the way snaking through downtown to the very end, and it ends about the Hilton and Point State Park, where there will be a small rally, and we do expect to hear from some of the Steelers there at the end. There's Hines.
Yeah, the smile. You know, at first, the first signing when his head was turned, and you see the earring.
Yeah, here we go. Someone yell at him and get him to turn around to our camera there so we can see.
MVP.
Yeah. Just back from Disney World. We were thinking that, you know, when we saw him yesterday at Disney, we were worried, well, there's Ben Roethlisberger. He might not make it back, but
Who's with Ben?
Well, there's
Charlie. I bet it's Charlie Bat.
It's really hard to see. Yeah, it's Charlie Batch, right?
And I was trying to look and see if Hines was in the Cadillac that he won. I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, that's nice.
Ben, freshly shaven.
Is that Jerome with the trophy, the Vince Lombardi trophy, and Jerome Bettis. What a wonderful, wonderful time for him.
Here, that's the opposite end of the story here. You know, the young quarterback, the kid who matured, and the veteran who didn't want to go out.
You think Ben's going to talk to Jake?
Yeah.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Never in my wildest dreams I think something like this would happen, but it's awesome.
Gracious words from Ben Roethlisberger. Who was it? Dan Marino told him, Joe Montana. Who's he talking to before the game? Where he said, just soak it in, the Super Bowl.
You guys getting any sleep?
He was getting advice and just to enjoy the moment. You could tell Roethlisberger.
That's all you need.
Jeff Reed in his distinct hairdo.
Jeff Reed.
Yeah, here you go.
What's this like for you?
It's crazy. I mean, obviously, it felt like a home crowd at Super Bowl, but it's the real deal right here.
Say hi to Michelle Wright for us.
Hey, Michelle.
There you go, Michelle.
I'm a big fan. Jake, you're nice to get him to do that.
He joined us at the end of that incredible pep rally at Heinz Field a couple of Fridays ago. And as wild as that was, with 30,000 fans there, this is going to be, and what are we going to think? 4 times that, 5 times that? I wonder how big this crowd's going to get.
Oh, it's crazy, and it's really cold out there today. We really have to give our proper respects to all of our crew out there because it's chilly and all the fans, but they don't really seem to even notice the weather right now. They're just enjoying welcoming home all of their Super Bowl champions. I believe this is Brashear High School. It's Mount Lebanon. So, okay, here's Mount Lebanon. Do you think we've heard that tune, Scott?
Actually, you know what? I find myself just walking around humming it. So I don't know if that's a sign of that it's finally gone over the top, but apparently we have not heard it enough.
Right. We've had the slogan "One for the Thumb" so long, we've got to come up with something new now.
I've heard a couple of versions for that. I've heard, yeah. Somebody on the radio saying some people are saying a band for the other hand. Right?
Okay.
That could work. Don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's a part of the game, but there's so much that's a part of the aesthetics of this for everybody who's a Steeler fan. It's the music, it's the fashion, it's the feeling that says, you know, this team is a part of this community, and this community is certainly a part of this team. You can see it in the players' eyes.
I wonder how we're doing as far as getting through town here to the end of the parade. If Sally and Andrew are at the end there, any sign of the parade getting your way?
Are you guys talking to us?
Hi, yeah, I was just wondering if it had any sign of the players.
We're sorry because we were just talking to one of our engineers because people are starting to climb all over our satellite truck. There's one guy who's been climbing on every light, traffic light he can, and the police keep waving him down. I have to tell you, I have never seen so many people squashed into one area. There must be, I would say, at least 60,000, well, maybe 60,000, but 30,000 people right here. And you can see probably 2 blocks from us where everybody's beginning to get really hyped up because
Sally, we're gonna get right back to you, Sally.
It's sort of like a wave.
Hey, Sally, if you can hold on, I got to get to Jake here right in a second.
All the way down to
I don't think Sally can hear
near the Hilton.
Yeah, it's crazy around that satellite truck. But Jake has been down near the players. Jake, do we miss our window there with you?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was Antoine Randall who just drove by. We got a couple more players headed this way. We'll see if we can gather them up as they cruise on by. But I'll tell you what, the street is getting a lot smaller here on Center Avenue.
I was just noticing that myself. It looks like the fans are kind of slowing things down for the parade.
It's becoming no holds barred. They're kind of.
It doesn't look like the players mind at all.
Yeah, they're trying to get a closer look at their Super Bowl champions, and they are. Here's Joey Porter.
Oh, Joey, hey.
He won't have anything to say.
Joey. What's this like for you, buddy?
I didn't hear you.
What's this like for you?
Oh, man, it's big. You know what? It's everything I thought it would be. It's a Super Bowl parade.
Are you surprised by the turnout?
No, actually, you know what? I didn't know what to expect. I know it'd be big, though. I mean, it's been a while, so we're going to celebrate like champions today.
Congratulations.
Celebrate like champions.
Joey Porter moving through. We're looking at the Monday Night Football truck driving on through. We got some coaches, we got some support staff folks as well driving through. And we're still waiting for a couple of that MVP, Hines Ward, and of course Jerome Bettis. We are told that they are going to participate in today's parade. In fact,
Jake, I don't know if you could see because you don't have a monitor out there, but we did get a glimpse of Hines and Jerome. Jerome's carrying the Vince Lombardi trophy, so you should be expecting to see them shortly.
All right, I'm sure they're going to bring up the back end of the parade here to get this crowd totally whipped into a complete frenzy.
We saw them just a few minutes ago right at the staging area leaving.
Oh, here we go. Here's John and Gladys Bettis.
Wow.
Here's the bus's parents. What's this like for you?
Oh, this is incredible. This is the best ever. It doesn't get any better than this.
Describe what it was like to watch your son win the Super Bowl in his hometown.
Oh, my God. I was just in tears. As everyone knows, it was just fabulous. I don't wish anything better for Jerome. This is great.
Were you so excited to come back here to Pittsburgh and look at all this?
Yes, this is it. This is the icing right here. It's worth all of it.
Thank you so much. Enjoy it.
Jerome's mom fixing dinner before the Super Bowl for the entire team.
And they never miss a game. You know, they're always there. They may be the most famous running back parents in the country, I would think. Jake is down there, and Hines Ward kind of coming up close here.
Yeah,
camera rolling.
Hines Ward is getting closer. He's had that camera rolling for about 2 weeks now, so he can certainly make some kind of a documentary.
Hey, Jake, is he in that Cadillac that he won or something else?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Scott.
Is he in that Cadillac that he won?
He is in the Cadillac, and it looks like it is the one that he won. It is the newer version of the Cadillac. So maybe we'll ask him how it drives.
The fans aren't letting him get too far, and I think he loves it.
How's the new Cadillac drive?
Man, it's riding real nice, man, but it's just great to bring the Super Bowl back to the city of Pittsburgh, man. This is what it's all about.
Congratulations. All right, they're trying to move Hines on through here. He's temporarily blocked.
I'm sure they're trying to move him on through, but I don't think fans are going to let him get too far because they want to say thank you and congratulations to the MVP.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't get this new Cadillac scratched up in this crowd.
Right.
Right.
And here it comes. Jerome Bettis with the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing to see.
He's moving a little fast.
I guess with the trophy and all the guards around him, they're going to try to get him on through.
Jerome. Well, there you saw it.
Holy crap.
And this is the end of the parade, we understand, Jake. The trophy is kind of bringing things up there, and fans are following him right down the street.
At the end, as far as what we're seeing on the departure end, there's going to be a good ways as they make their way down and through town and get down toward Point State Park. And I think Sally and Andrew are getting their, Sally at least is getting her first glimpse of maybe the approach of the front of the parade. Sally, have you been able to fend off the people swarming the satellite truck?
He's got a real problem over there. Someone needs to watch
Sally.
I think Sally's dealing with an issue. It sounds like a problem. She's talking with...
The last time we talked to her, she said people were climbing on the top of our satellite truck so they could get a good view, and that's not a good idea. So Sally's trying to calm people down. Can you guys hear us yet?
WTAE-TV, do you?
Yeah, we do. I
can hear Sally.
Well, I'm sure the crowd is getting really loud on their end because, as we said, some of the beginning of the parade is just starting to get there where Sally and Andrew are at the very end there at the Hilton and Point State Park, where the players will get out and probably say a few words, and we'll bring you that as soon as that starts.
You know, I think Steeler fans have been exuberant, but it's been like Jim Parsons said the night after, right after the Super Bowl win. He said it's nuts, but it's controlled nuts. You know, we had just a few problems that night after the Super Bowl, hardly any at all. Most people just out there having a good time, and it looks like that's the case today. This is all about the biggest party Pittsburgh has probably ever thrown, and
you know, we've been wondering. We've done all the stories about where all the terrible towels are going, thousands and thousands. Stores just could not keep them in stock. And if you look around, you can see maybe who's buying the terrible towels.
Oh, we know. We're going to try and get our camera positions reset and secure down there in the middle of chaos. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be right back with more coverage of the Steelers Victory Parade downtown Pittsburgh. Stay right here on Channel 4.
And the Victory Parade continues, and it has been so much fun to sit here and listen to all the interviews that we've had going along the route.
Yeah, because you knew after the game and the players in the locker room saying, can't wait to get back to Pittsburgh, so excited about their fans, and this is the chance for them, and obviously people that were up in the staging area are redeploying. I think we have Andrew Stockey, who may be down in the middle of the crowd. Andrew, can you hear me down there? I'm not sure he can.
I don't think
well, right down here at street level, these fans are completely fired up. I mean, look around here. They can sense the players are coming, and I have to tell you, there's just such a level of excitement and energy down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and talk to some of the players as the motorcade comes by, getting their thoughts about what it's like to see this crowd cheering for them, what it's like to win the Super Bowl. You know, a number of the players in the locker room after the game told me, while they were excited about winning, they really weren't sure they had won the Super Bowl. It was like, okay, we won, but it doesn't really feel like it. Well, when they come through here and they see this audience welcome them home, they will certainly realize they are world champions for the first time in 26 seasons. Right now, we're just trying to clear some room here along the street. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of room to move right now, so they're trying to push the crowds back. Obviously, once again, when the players come by, we'll talk to some of them and get their thoughts. The actual reviewing stand is just down here. I see a lot of makeshift Super Bowl trophies. A lot, thank you, Jerome Bettis's signs. Uh-oh, it's getting loud, so somebody's coming. We're not sure if the bands are going to come through here. We're still waiting to see if that takes place. But once again, as soon as the players come by, we're going to talk to them. Yeah, I have to tell you personally, this is just absolutely amazing. Sally, what can you see up there? Do you see anybody coming down?
All right, you know what? Now you can hear me. All right, I wasn't sure if I was being heard. Actually, all we do is see the police cars that are in front of where the Steelers are going to be coming. I have to tell you, from our vantage point, I'm astounded because there is potential for problems here. So many people are pressed up against the fences, but nobody's moving. Nobody's trying to push someone out of the way to get a better vantage point. They're just really quiet, well, I won't say quiet, but physically quiet, and respecting the barricades that the police have erected. As you can see, there are people. I don't know if our cameras can get this. We've got fire escapes all along the sides of some of these buildings that are packed with people, and hopefully, you know, they're not overdoing it. And now we can see on the corner of Liberty, and I can't see what street it is. It may be Market Street, where people are beginning to wave their flags. So it looks like the first car in the parade, and I don't know, Scott and Michelle may know which is the first car that's leading the way, is about to come down, I think, onto Liberty Avenue.
Well, as I remember, Mayor O'Connor was
toss
first.
it back to Scott and Michelle, or whoever can see exactly what's happening from right here. We see, now there's the first original Steeler fight song that was with them through those 4 Super Bowls in the 70s. And a reminder of how long the Steeler Nation and the Steeler organization have had to wait. All right, Scott and Michelle, it's time for you to tell us what's going on further up the road.
Sally, we thank you for that, and probably you will first see, we first got our first glimpse of Mayor O'Connor, but I think the Rooney's car was in front of Mayor O'Connor's. I could be wrong about that as the camera panned. I was trying to get a sense of that. But right now, we hope that we're giving you the feeling of this parade like you were there, and we know you're watching all across southwestern Pennsylvania and worldwide on the internet. Steeler Nation watching the live stream of this on the Pittsburgh channel. We thank you for tuning in whichever fashion you're joining us, and we're going to try to give you every second, wring out all of the excitement we possibly can out of this.
Which player was it that said is downtown shut down today? That's what. That's the question. It seems like everybody has flooded the streets to welcome home the Steelers.
Was it? It might have been Chris Hoke. I was trying to keep notes on some of the players and what they were saying as they rolled along, but the players, obviously excited. Even Joey Porter's like, I didn't know what to expect. And here, I think that hopefully, Sally said potential for problem, but I think everybody is kind of in this to kind of enjoy the moment but not get too crazy.
And as Jerome was carrying that trophy with him, lots of security guards were surrounding him to protect it and him as well. But he is a main person that we do want to hear from today at the end of this when the rally begins.
That is the focus point of silver, that Lombardi trophy, as it moves down and through into that reviewing stand. And once the Steelers, when the players get there, they're going to have some things to say. We heard that Friday night from a couple of them, 4 or 5 of them that spoke that night. I think people are going to want to hear from as many of them as they can.
And there we go.
Let's go. Andrew, let's go down to Andrew. You have a special guest, Andrew. If he can hear me, I don't know if he can. They may have to live cue him. We believe Lynn Swan may be.
Well, down here, we understand, I guess Lynn Swan has just been introduced. So Lynn Swan is down here at the viewing stand, the first of the former Steelers that's going to take part in today's celebration. Meantime, we can see the police cars making their way down the street, clearing the way, followed by the color guard. We have police on horseback also coming through. But as we mentioned before, Lynn Swan is here, and he is addressing the audience. Just kind of the warm-up act. Lynn Swan, actually a warm-up act for the 2006 World Champion Pittsburgh Steelers.
Maybe, I don't know, does Governor Rendell get equal time after that?
He was the MVP of Super Bowl 10, and the only other Steeler receiver to be named Most Valuable Player, the new guy, Hines Ward, joins Lynn Swan in that MVP, that class. Okay, once again, here come the police. Pittsburgh police clearing away.
This is, it's so exciting.
And Sally, what they're trying to do right now is back up the crowd. because the crowd's getting awfully close, actually kind of constricting the street. So they're trying to get everybody to move back so that we can get the whole parade through here.
We can see Lynn Swan. We can't quite hear him.
As you can see him on our television screens now.
And the black and gold. It is all about the black and gold. You know, this will be more exciting for me because when I was a player, we were in that parade, we were tired, we were still excited. We had no idea what we truly had accomplished until after we retired, we left the game. Today, I get to do what you're doing right now, enjoying the moment, celebrating, giving great thanks to the great tradition of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, we've got a lot of folks here today, members of the Rooney family over here. This is Art Rooney's wife, Greta. She's got family with her and kids. They're going to be all over here. Rooney, Rooney, that's right. One of the things that we all have to admire, in many respects, is that the foundation laid by Art Rooney Sr. when he built this team was carried on by his son Dan, and he is handing it off to his son Art. Chuck Noll was a tremendous coach, but Bill Cowher has come in to keep us competitive. We talk about transitions. That's right. We talk about great transitions. If any of the former Steelers are here standing here today, they would all be 100% proud of these players today because they brought one for the thumb. And as great as that sounds, as great as that is, folks, this is one championship for this football team. It's the beginning, we hope, of a new dynasty for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But do the Steelers and the players one favor. Let them enjoy the championship now before they have to start working on the next one, okay? Let's celebrate, enjoy the day. God bless you. Pittsburgh Steelers, #1.
Lynn Swan about as energetic as I think I've ever seen Lynn Swan. He's usually pretty calm. I think he's going to talk to Andrew Stocking.
Okay, back down here at street level, and the parade is really beginning to make its way down the street. As we see, there are the Pittsburgh police on horseback, actually county police on horseback, working their way down the street. And after that, the colors and the color guard will be making their way down as well as the parade really begins to hit high gear. I know a lot of people down here they can sense that this parade is about to really kick into high gear, and they're excited to see the players. I know people have been here for a couple hours just going to get a glimpse of Jerome Bettis or Ben Roethlisberger, and a chance once again to show their love and affection and support for this football team.
There have been,
Andrew, you're doing a great job.
Since 8 o'clock this morning trying to get the proper vantage point, the perfect vantage point. And right now, from where my vantage point, we can see that the bands are coming down. There's a question as to whether they're going to be able to fit through the same area where you're standing right now. It's going to be a real tight squeeze, but I think the North Allegheny High School band will be able to accomplish it. And the color guard is just going past you right now, Andrew. Can we get a shot of that?
And Sally, I gotta tell you, I mean, it's getting really narrow here. I mean, these fans are so close, they can reach out and touch the cars. I mean, it's that close. It's rare when you have a parade where you have that kind of access. So the police are doing everything they can to try and form some sort of path for the players. And as I see, we've got our first marching band. The North Allegheny High School marching band is making its way through. North Allegheny, by the way, that's where Bill Cowher was last night watching his daughters play basketball against the North Allegheny Tigers. Of course, his daughters play at Fox Chapel High School.
That's right. Lauren, I think, is a junior at this point, and Lindsay may be a freshman. Both very talented athletes, and as you know, their mom played pro basketball and is now coaching AAU basketball. And Bill Cower absolutely loves being the father of 3 girls. And he's going to be heading, now that he's not, just knee-deep in football, he'll be able to go see some of Megan's games at Princeton, where she's a really fine student, and actually I think has been All-Ivy, chosen All-Ivy player a couple of times this season. So it'll be a nice respite from football for him.
Well, Sally, meantime, I'm right in front of the North Allegheny High School Marching Band, and probably the biggest band taking part today in this event. The Tigers, very proud to take part in this event. They've been in, I guess, in Rose Bowl before and Thanksgiving Day parades, but to actually be able to lead the world champions down the street toward their viewing stand has got to be the high point for a lot of these young people. And of course, they're black and gold as well, so North Allegheny appropriately the first band down the street on this black and gold celebration.
Let me correct myself. I said All-Ivy. I mean, she was the Ivy League Player of the Week. Now we've got another band coming up behind them. Now, see, Scott and Michelle have seen all these bands. Actually, look at this. The North Allegheny band is actually going through all of their moves, squashed right into this. I wouldn't call it a tiny pathway, but it's a fairly narrow thoroughfare.
Well, Sally, before any more players come out,
Steeler players are going to be coming by after the North Allegheny band passes through here.
We're going to take a quick breakdown here right now before the Steeler players get
there. We're going to go up and talk to a few of them as they drive through.
All right, thank you, guys.
Company proudly welcomes home the Super Bowl champs.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the Victory Parade in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Steelers, their fans surrounding them by the tens of thousands, perhaps more than 100,000. We'll have a count soon. And the Steelers players themselves are approaching the reviewing stand down near the point.
That's right. The parade, the beginning of the parade, the Roonies are just making it toward the end there, the staging area. Our own Sally Wiggin and Andrew Stockey there. And Andrew was talking about how the crowd was kind of squeezing in to get a closer look at the cars and the players. And that's exactly what happened at the beginning of the parade. Lots of players giving high fives to some of the fans. Andrew.
Mayor Bob O'Connor. I'm going to try and talk to him right here. Mayor O'Connor, tell you it's been an incredible month in office for you, hasn't it?
It's a tough month. I love it. The people of Pittsburgh, the Steeler team, coaches, it's the greatest city in America, and I'm the luckiest mayor in America.
You've been through a few of these before. How's this one compare?
This is bigger and better than ever, I think. I think the city's been waiting for it. They deserve it. It's an outstanding tribute to our team and our city.
All right, Mayor O'Connor, thank you very much. Mayor Bob O'Connor.
The mayor, the one who pointed out that we did not announce the time and date of our parade like Seattle did. How nice it was to see Dan and Pat Rooney as they came down there. Just so excited about this team. And,
all right, now we've got Allegheny County Chief Executive Dan Honorado. Dan, I got to tell you, this has got to be an incredible feeling for you.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen a crowd this big in downtown Pittsburgh. I think the entire 10-county region has declared it Steeler country today. We're all here.
Tell me, to see the Steeler team do this the way they did, it's got to be so exciting for you.
First number 6 seed to go all the way. It couldn't happen in a better place in Pittsburgh. The fans love it here. Has to be the biggest celebration party of any Super Bowl.
Hey, enjoy the day. Allegheny County Chief Executive Dan Honorado. He's soaking up just like everybody else. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got Art Rooney II, Steeler president. Let me see if I can get a quick word with him. Art, tell me, this turnout has got to be amazing.
It's unbelievable. But they've been all over the country with us the whole season, so it's fantastic.
What does it mean to be able to watch this team make this ride at the Super Bowl, a record-setting ride?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, it's been a generation since we won it, so, you know, all these people, they deserve to have something like this.
Are you still pinching yourself?
Yeah, I'm still pinching myself. Be a while before we come down off this cloud.
Hey, stay up there. You deserve it.
Thanks, Andrew.
Steeler President Art Rooney II in an appropriate black and gold vehicle.
All right, Andrew. I don't think Andrew can hear me.
We hear you, Sally.
Okay. Once again, we're waiting for more Steeler players to come through. We've had a number of dignitaries. Obviously, Art Rooney II, second year as a Steeler president, and without question, his most successful year as Steeler president. But think about it, 15-1, his first year as Steeler president. This year, they go all the way as a 6 seed and win the Super Bowl.
All right, Andrew, I am watching the podium right now. Dan and Pat Rooney were the first to walk on it. As they drove by, they're waving, and it's just so classic Rooney. If they recognize somebody on a podium or someone, they wave to them personally and say their names. That is what has been the heart of this organization. It's personal connection with the city and the people in this city. And I can see from this vantage point, the first SUV full of players is moving slowly through the crowd and reaching out and actually shaking as many hands as they can. And I can see exactly who it is. Andrew, can you see?
And Sally, I'm watching as the flurries start to fall. This is almost like the weather the Steelers had when they took on the Chicago Bears, and being the Bears, the first of an 8-game win streak that took them to the Super Bowl. Okay.
Oh, that's Alan
Now we
Faneca.
see the first Steeler players. Now they're a little far for me to see. I'm trying to look here. It looks like I see Kendall Simmons.
Kendall Simmons and Alan Faneca.
Alan Faneca, offensive tackle Alan Faneca. This offensive line, offensive guard Alan Faneca. This offensive line played such a huge role for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Normally they're, used to open up running lanes. This year, great pass protection.
And just remember, there are 2 Pro Bowlers who are in that group. Jeff Harding's the center, headed for the Pro Bowl, and Alan Faneca. Of course, they have the option once they win the Super Bowl not to go, but I bet those 2 guys will be going. So they did a great job this whole year giving Ben protection and making way for the running game.
And Sally, all these Steelers players wearing gray sweatshirts. These are new. First time we've seen these new world champion hooded sweatshirts. They look really good. I see a few players with beads on. Chuck Jacoby, Steeler backup center. Guards Kendall Simmons and Alan Faneca in this pickup truck. As they come down here, I'm going to see if I can get a hold of a few of these guys. As you can see, they're swinging the terrible towels. The terrible towel, the creation of Steeler color analyst Myron Cope. And once again, look at these players work their way down. I see Kendall Simmons, his wife with him. Alan with his wife. Obviously, these players, as they ride along, have a lot of family members. Chuck Jacoby right now slapping hands with some of the fans. Once again, I'm going to reach over and say hi here. Let me see if I can get down here. Let me start with Chuck Jacoby. Chucky, tell me, man, tell me the feeling. How's it feel?
Hey, it feels right. I can do this every week, every year. We definitely got to do this again. All right, Alan Faneca. Alan, how incredible is this?
This is awesome. It's reliving it all over again.
Is this what you dreamed it would be like?
It's more than what you dream. You can't imagine what it feels like to be up here celebrating it with the whole city like this. It's more than imaginable.
Alan, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Alan Faneca, Steeler guard. Okay.
All right,
I'm going to try and work my way back up the street.
We understand. I can see from right here, the Cowers are coming. The Cower family and Mike Logan, the McKeesport native who came from Jacksonville to get a ring here in Pittsburgh in his home area, and he is in the car with Bill Cower. What an honor. What an honor. I can see.
Mike Logan is the one who said, I'm not going to Disney World, I'm going to Kennywood.
Pittsburgh born and bred guys hugging each other. Mike Logan, he came from Jacksonville because he wanted to win a world championship. Now he's finally done it. Bill Cower, the coach who they said couldn't win the big one, has won the biggest game of them all. And as you see, they have their families in the Jeep as they come down here. I'm going to walk over and see if I can get a word with Coach Cower and Coach Logan. Bill Cower, a guy who doesn't like to reflect, is obviously reflecting, enjoying the moment. Let's see. Coach Cower. Bill, tell me how this feels. Tell me how it feels.
Words can't describe it. It's unbelievable.
You can hear Coach Cower as he whipped by the camera position.
It's unbelievable.
I know you don't like to reflect, but
if this is what it was like in the 70s, we waited way too long.
Bill, congratulations.
Thanks, thank you.
Bill Cower, his wife Kay Cower with them, enjoying the moment. Let's see. I got Kevin Colbert here. Kevin, this is why you came back home, right?
Oh, it's unbelievable, Andrew. I don't know how many people here, but it's awesome. It's unbelievable. It's just so great.
And the North Catholic Band leading the way.
How about that, huh? The little red and gold's back in the parade. That's great.
Kevin, congratulations. Football Operations Director Kevin Colbert. Sally.
Kevin Colbert, one of the men who helped put this team together along with Bill Cowher. And as you can see, Bill Cowher, talk about having to pinch yourself. Ben Roethlisberger had said that during the week before they won, and I imagine that's exactly the way Bill Cowher. Here's Mike Logan and Andrew.
I got Mike Logan here, Steeler defense back Mike Logan, McKeesport Mike. Mike, you told me you were going to Kennywood. Have you been there yet?
You know what? This is better than Kennywood right here. To see all the city coming back and supporting us, to see all this black and gold, they deserve this Super Bowl victory just like we did.
I'll tell you, could you imagine anything like this when you first came back?
Not in my wildest dreams. I mean, as a young guy growing up in Pittsburgh, knowing about the history and tradition of the Super Bowls that they had, and to bring one back home in this day and age, this is unbelievable, man. More than I ever imagined.
I see you're riding with Coach Cowher. Is there a significance to that?
I mean, we're both Pittsburgh guys, and we embrace this city, and this is what it's all about. I felt it was only right to get in here with Coach Cowher, since we're both living out our dream as local guys.
Hey, guys, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank the city of Pittsburgh. We love y'all.
Mike Logan and Bill Cowher, two Pittsburgh guys together. All right.
All right, I just saw, although there's something that Kay Cowher and Bill Cowher were looking at up above. It's a sign on one of the buildings, and Kay was just amazed. Coming up, we have Max Starks. Boy, is he warm. All right, Andrew.
He does look warm in there. Let's see what he says.
Low backup traffic, Max Starks. Max, baby, first of all, nice coat.
Hey, thank you very much. I had to stay warm. You know, I'm a Southern boy, so we ain't used to all this cold weather with a convertible top down.
Can you believe you are a world champion today?
I think these Pittsburgh Steelers fans are helping me understand the meaning of a world champion. Yeah, I had to pinch myself this morning when I woke up, but this is definitely awesome. It's a great privilege to be a part of a great organization. And I just thank God for this opportunity because this is awesome.
All right, hey, Max, enjoy it, man.
I'm going to try, Andrew.
Max said he is going to Orlando, to Disney World, because that's where he's from.
Who else do we have coming down? As we work our way down here, let's see. As we work our way down, I'll tell you, a lot of black and gold cars too as we work our way here. Everybody's just enjoying the moment. Everybody enjoying this atmosphere, this excitement. Sally, let me just throw it back to you for a second as we wait for more players.
All right, I have to tell you, Max Starks, this is only his second year. Can you imagine? He has a Super Bowl ring. One of the offensive linemen who is so gracious and so well-spoken. Now we've got Casey Hampton coming up. Right now, Andrew, Casey Hampton.
All right, back down here, Casey Hampton, the man who brought the Super Bowl trophy off the plane. Let me walk over here and see if I can get Casey. Casey, man, a Pro Bowl season now, the Super Bowl trophy. Does it get any better than this?
Oh, man, I don't get no better than this, man. This is another example, man, of having the greatest fans in the world, man. They all out here supporting us. Nobody at work, nobody at school, man. It's just crazy, man. It's just, hey, man, the city's just like shut down right now.
You know, you said, I think on Sunday, you said, you know, Steeler fans are just absolutely nuts, but are you amazed at how many have turned out to cheer you on today?
Hey, man, it can't be nobody at work or at school. Who's running anything right now, man? It's unbelievable how many people out here, man. I can't believe how many people out here. It's crazy.
Yeah, Casey, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Casey Hampton.
All right, coming up, we've got Dick LeBeau and Ken Wisenhunt, the two brilliant offensive and defensive coordinators for this team. Dick LeBeau was with the team 10 years ago that left and became a head coach in Cincinnati, and now he's back. Andrew's going to try to get...
All right, back down here. The two geniuses, Dick LeBeau and Ken Wisenhunt. Dick LeBeau and Ken Wisenhunt, offense coordinator, defense coordinator. Let me start with Dick. Dick, this is why you came back.
This is the best. This is the greatest, man. They're going to get Coach Wisenhunt. We're not going to let him go. All these people are going to lock him in Pittsburgh.
That's what we're hoping.
Well, let me get Coach Wisenhunt. Coach Wiz. Coach Wiz. I understand you had an interview in Oakland, but you wanted to take part in this parade.
Yes, yeah, I thought it was important to me. Unbelievable. I'm glad I did. These people are so special.
Does this make your decision, should they offer you the job, a little more difficult? I'm sorry, what was that? Does this make your decision, should they offer you the job, a little more difficult?
It certainly does. I mean, just to have these kind of fans, the best fans in the NFL, it makes it a tough decision. This means a lot.
Ken, we hope you stick around.
Thank you, Andrew. It means a lot.
Ken Wisenhunt, and of course the fans. Back to you, Sally.
All right, Andrew, I'm waving at Ken right now. When we talked to him after the game, I was walking him over to our microphones, and I said to him, well, I guess you're going to be gone, Coach. And he said, you know, I'm not so sure. You never know. If they offer him enough money, he may stay one more year and see if they can repeat just like the New England Patriots did. Ken Wisenhunt and Dick LeBeau. And coming up, we've got Pro Bowler Jeff Hardings, the center of that offensive line. And all of the players, as you guys have pointed out, have got their own video cams. Who would not want to capture this for your children and your grandchildren? And we're going to throw Andrew to the wolves again to get him if he can get. All right. Are we back? Now
we're waiting for Coach Cower to talk, and when he does, we'll take you right to the stage.
Bigger than the car he's in. It's a yellow Corvette.
We're watching this podium position here because we're expecting Cower to take the mic.
All right, we're going to go back to you guys. Scott and Michelle in the studio.
You understand at home as you're watching here on Channel 4 Action News in Pittsburgh and all around the world on the Pittsburgh channel that Sally and Andrew can barely hear us or each other. So you won't mind if we kind of just massage it as we work back and forth from position to position. We want to make sure, so if we happen to cut Andrew off at a moment when we're trying to get to the podium, if Cower comes up, it's only for the expediency of making this front row for you to be down here to experience it. How much fun was it to watch Dick LeBeau like leading the crowd in the chance that here we go.
And hopefully Coach Wisenhunt will think twice before taking any other job. Hopefully this crowd is making it a little tough on him. He is famous for those gadget plays, and he was funny after the Super Bowl win, saying that his guys want to do it more often. They practice it so often.
Andrew? I think he's not going to be able to hear me, so they're going to have to cue him hard and live when he is in position there. We saw Troy at the beginning of the parade route, his back to us up there at the top. It looks like the secondary, all like in one group, and they were the ones that really kept this team in it. We have the Steelers defensive
backs coming through on one Jeep now. In fact, Troy Polamalu, just a few moments ago, took off his hood and started waving his hair in the breeze, and now he's kissing the crowd. He's kissing to everybody, saying thank you. I'm going to see if I can get one of these guys. Let's see.
He's putting the hair back.
Let's see if I can get Troy Polamalu here.
It's a little windy.
Boy, I tell you, they're kind of keeping us at arm's length here. Get through Troy. James. Brian, how you doing, man?
It feels awesome, man. We're getting all the fan support. It's a beautiful feeling, baby.
Brian McFadden, rookie defensive back. That was Brian McFadden, and you saw Troy with the hair flowing in the breeze. Troy Polamalu.
Beware the hair, they say, and certainly he became a fan in national.
I've never seen so much enthusiasm and really outright just love for these guys.
I'm not quite sure who is in the back of that truck.
Also, James Harrison, linebacker. How about a nice hand for those guys? Hoo-day! We-day! Hoo-day! While we wait for more players, let's go to the microphone, number 78, Max Starks.
The Steelers players are going to be addressing the crowd from the mic at the reviewing stand. We're going to bring as many of them as possible as they get them up there one at a time.
And that chant, Who They, We Day, is in response to that Bengals video, the Super Bowl video. And there's Max. Let's listen in.
The Southern boy in the warm jacket, he said.
And his boy, Grant Bowman, having teammates, and most of all, having a city like this, like Pittsburghers right now. We love y'all. Thank you all. And we brought it home for y'all. Thank you. How about this next gentleman over here, Mike Logan? He played high school football here.
Yeah, they're going to bring Mike Logan up, the local boy. And he's the one who, after the Super Bowl, said, I'm not going to Disney World. I want to go to Kennywood. I'm going home and bringing the trophy with me.
one of the best moments of that post-game on Super Bowl night. And Mike Logan will be at the mic here in just a second as we have Skyfor in position, we have crews on the ground, we have people checking in all over Steeler Nation. We're getting emails from Missouri and Minnesota and Florida and around the world. We're so glad that we can bring you right here to downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the moment that Steeler fans have waited for 26 years, and Bill Cowher said it live here just a minute ago to Andrew. I think we waited too long.
Check out the people in the tree.
They've said that they're climbing the fire escapes too.
Oh, Hines Ward is up at the podium next. Let's take that camera, if we can, right back to Hines Ward and listen into what he has to say.
Hines has got
oh, it's not Hines. Oh, they were telling me it was Hines.
Our spotters are in every position in every place, and I think it was fun to see. We got to see the players before they went really through the heart of downtown at the beginning of the parade route, and they were excited. And now we're getting to see them on the other end and hear from them, kind of in the same order, but then getting their reaction after having gone through this baptism of yellow, this sort of wave of fan enthusiasm. And they looked like they were excited at the beginning. They almost look like they can't believe it once they've come out the other side.
Hines and Jerome just back from Disney World. Hines got to go as the MVP. He went to Disney World and he wore the famous Mickey Mouse ears and all yesterday. And he said he wanted to take Jerome with him because even though he was the Super Bowl MVP, Jerome was his own personal MVP. So he took his friend Jerome with him.
And as Jake Ploger pointed out yesterday, not bad and appropriate for Hines Ward to be the MVP and go to Disney World because he's the one who's got the Mickey Mouse tattoo on his arm.
Right. We're going to take a quick break as some of the other Steeler players get ready to talk. We're back in 90 seconds with more.
Don't miss any of it.
Hines Company proudly welcomes home the Super Bowl champs.
Back out live now to the Steelers Victory Parade, ending up there at Point State Park, and we have Action News crews throughout the route there.
In fact, I think we may have Sally Wiggin in a position where she can actually even hear us, and we're expecting to hear from more players from the podium, Sally.
Yes, you know what? I'm watching the podium right now. So far, guys, on the podium, I see Max Starks, Mike Logan, and I see Coach Cowher over the corner. Willie Parker just went by. We've had a lull. We're waiting to see Jerome because we knew from your coverage in the beginning that Jerome is here, and we haven't seen that trophy yet. And there seems to be a little bit of I'm looking towards up the street towards the Market Street area, and don't see anything that looks like Jerome coming yet. But some of the other coaches went by, and it was so funny. Troy Polamalu went by. He had his hair was just flowing everywhere, and then he decided to put a rubber band on it, blowing kisses and waving at everybody he recognizes. And we're going to be getting ready for speeches here in a minute. You heard Max Starks all bundled up in his massive fur coat. When you're a massive man, you obviously are going to have a massive fur coat. Everybody is waiting with great anticipation to hear Coach Cowher speak, I'm sure.
How is the crowd, Sally, if you can hear me?
And
you were talking about people
getting away because the introductions are starting. And right now there's a lull. The bands have stopped going by. We're still waiting for Jerome, whom I know is here, and we're waiting for the arrival of that Lombardi Trophy. Mayor, I almost called him Coach O'Connor. Mayor O'Connor is on the stage with County Executive Dan Onorano. What a day in Pittsburgh. I see so many children. This is probably looking like a bad flu day in most of the schools around this area. And all right, and Andrew is not with me on the podium right now. He's down there waiting for the final players to come by. And right now I'm going to go back to you, Scott and Michelle.
Sally, we thank you. You know, you're looking for Bettis and for the guys to come with the trophy, and they're going to be right at the end. And you know that as the intensity, the emotion, that's going to surge right to that moment when they're able to walk up on that platform and hold that trophy high, that silver trophy.
Let's see what's happening right now on the platform.
This is a mix of civic officials as well as players speaking. Mayor O'Connor talking about how important this is.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up once again Tunch Ilkin and Craig Wolfley to talk about
Craig Wolfley, who are obviously so much a part of the fabric of the broadcast, and I think we're going to hear from Tunch and Wolf as they move toward the microphone here in just a second. And you know, Tunch is he's a calm guy, you know, and you know, just never really gets excitable. So probably it'll be pretty boring. Of course, I'm kidding, because Tunch is exciting.
And take a look at Sky 4 there on the left.
Let's take a look. Is that Hillgrove?
It looks like it may be, yeah.
Yeah, let's listen in here.
Around when all those fans were going nuts and just getting on the Steelers as the Steelers get ready to take the field.
That was one of the craziest situations I ever saw, but what really amazed me, standing there on the sidelines just before kickoff, the whole offensive unit is gathering, and down the sidelines comes Ben Roethlisberger. He walks out, he looks around at the crowd, and the crowd is going crazy in Indy, and he just smiles and starts clapping. Let me tell you, that took some moxie. That took a lot of mojo to get going there.
Wolf and Tunch firing up the crowd here.
On, I knew this young man really had that nerves of steel. And I think when you see what this team accomplished in the Super Bowl, not only has this team got nerves of steel, it's got a lot of mojo. How's your mojo today?
Hey, Billy, now you were a sportscaster when I came in 1980, and you've been with the Steelers for an awful long time and covered sports in this town. Have you ever seen anything like what the Pittsburgh Steelers accomplished this year, going on the road, that long winning streak, to bring back the Super Bowl trophy here to Pittsburgh?
Tunch, I have not seen it before. Those great teams for the 70s, they were terrific. That is a dynasty that will never be repeated in the NFL. But this team, doing it its own way, showed me belief, courage, heart. The Pittsburgh Steelers are built on all three of those qualities. And by the way, about 2.5 hours before kickoff, we're in the booth at Ford Field, and we picked up the cell phone and we made a call to Myron Cope.
Oh, man. Bill Hillgrove, voice of the Steelers.
And Myron told us he had his feet up on the coffee table already and was ready for the game to start. And I said, Cope, who are you going to watch the game with? He goes, nobody. I can't focus if there's people around. Let's hear it for Myron Cope.
Well-deserved tribute to the creator of the terrible towel.
You know, it's funny because after Billy got done talking to Myron, he handed the phone to me. And we were sitting there visiting, and he said, you know, Tunch, I'm going to turn the sound down, and I'm going to be listening to you guys. And I said, hey, Myron, this is my first Super Bowl. Any words of advice, any words of encouragement? He goes, don't say anything stupid, Tunch. We did miss him, though. I mean, this year, not having Myron, not having the arguments and the old stories, Billy, it was something.
We didn't have Myron at Ford Field in Detroit, but we did have his terrible towel.
And I think this is the first time in history that a home field advantage was right there in a Super Bowl, because there were more terrible towels flying there than I have seen anywhere besides Heinz Field.
Tunch, I have some people to thank for putting on this very special event. The Pittsburgh Police Cycles, Allegheny County Mounted Police, the City of Pittsburgh Honor Guard, our government officials, our high school marching bands, Brashear, Carlinton, Gateway, and Mount Lebanon, North Allegheny and North Catholic, and Perry Traditional Academy. Let's have a hand for all the people who made this possible.
We were watching Coach Cowher it looked like he was almost dancing in the background, Michelle.
I'm sure he's trying to keep warm a little bit, too. While we're waiting for more people to make it up to the podium and make their way through this incredible crowd downtown, we're going to take a quick 90-second break and be right back.
Stay with us.
Back out live to the podium at the Steelers Victory Parade.
Bob O'Connor!
Bill Hillgrove making the introductions, and we're going to hear from the mayor of Pittsburgh, the new mayor with the bus jersey.
How we doing, fans? You know, there's 32 NFL teams, and 31 of them all want to go to the Super Bowl, including Seattle. But there's only one team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they go to the Super Bowl, they want to win the Super Bowl. Coach Kyer, the Rooneys, the players, and all the fans, we all believed and we knew we weren't going there just to play football. We were going there to bring home a Super Bowl trophy for the greatest city in America, Pittsburgh! All right. Thank you for making me the greatest mayor, the happiest mayor.
As soon as we have players with Sally and Andrew, we're going to go right to them.
Yeah, Sally and Andrew are there at the crowd at the end of the parade route as the players are exiting their vehicles and making their way up to the podium. Sally and Andrew, any sightings?
I tell you, Michelle, this is absolutely incredible. We have a second wave of players coming up here now. I just saw Veron Haynes, the Steelers running back. There are a couple more teams back there. I think right now the delay is just trying to clear enough room so these vehicles can get up here. I mean, these fans are just like squeezing up to the vehicles and really shrinking the road.
But you know what? They really have been very quiet. We're not talking about they've been shouting and screaming, but nobody has pushed anybody in. We haven't seen anything that even resembles an incident. Now we're seeing another wave of players coming down toward us. We've looked up at the podium, and the only players that I can see actually on the podium are Mike Logan and Max Starks. We think that the rest of the cars carrying the players have gone on to Point State Park where the rally is taking place. Now we've got a group of players. It's hard for me to see from this vantage point.
Well, actually, it's a whole group of people there. I can't really tell either. I mean, but I will tell you, there are more players coming this way. And Sally, I have to tell you, while I was down there at street level, had a chance to talk to Bill Cower. I mean, Bill was like, he was like a kid in a candy store. He was like that little kid that grew up, you know, west of the city, who was always a longtime Steeler fan, finally had his dream come true. Okay, here's that group. I see Russell Stubons.
Yep.
He's the kid from McKeesport. Also, we've got, let's see, we've got, I think, is that Heath Miller?
I think it is,
I think it may be Heath Miller.
That is Heath Miller. That's Heath Miller with the blue cap on.
There's Russell and his dad.
Heath the rookie. What a rookie season he had. Tommy Maddox is coming up behind him with his two kids. You know, this is so gratifying for him because he really, in mentoring Ben Roethlisberger the past 2 years, really does feel that he deserves a part of this ring.
And there's Willie Williams, only guy who played in Super Bowl 30. He lost that game. He was at Super Bowl 40, and now he gets the ring that he's always wanted. It's 10 years later, but it is well deserved. So we have more Steelers on the way. As I said before, traffic moving a little bit slowly right now.
Actually, Darren Perry, coach of the secondary in that car going by. Darren Perry was a player on that Super Bowl team back 10 years ago that lost out.
And these guys have waited for a long, long time for this opportunity. A lot of these guys who worked in the organization, were part of the team that lost Super Bowl 30. You just never know if you're going to get back to that game. They've taken advantage of the second opportunity, and now they're going to get that ring. And these fans are just on pins and needles waiting for Big Ben, the Bus, Hines Ward. I'm getting the sense that group is in the final group that will come up here and come to the viewing stand.
I can't even imagine when this crowd sees that Lombardi trophy, what's going to happen. It's going to erupt just like a volcano, pardon the cliche. But talk about Willie Williams. He looked incredibly excited going by, and I interviewed him last week before we actually have Art Rooney coming up to the podium, guys, who's going to speak to the crowd. Art Rooney, the son, the president of the Steelers.
Greatest fans in the world. You've been with us. Every city we played in this year, there were thousands of Steeler fans inspiring this team to do what they did. So thank you very much.
A quick thank you. We have not seen his father, chairman of the Steelers, Dan Rooney, approach the microphone yet, or if he has, we may have been interviewing players. He and Pat were on the stage for a while there. I don't see them right now. I do see Bill Cower maybe perhaps waiting for the trophy to arrive so he can hold it aloft for this crowd. You want to talk about nuts. They will go absolutely nuts.
You know, and the thing is, a lot of the folks here don't get the opportunity to see those 4 Super Bowl trophies. They're in the Steeler complex, under glass, in a secured area, so people don't get a chance to actually see the trophy up close. So for many of these fans, it'll be the first time they've ever viewed the Vince Lombardi trophy in person.
Absolutely. All right, now here he is, Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher at the microphone.
What's up? When I say who day, you say we day. Who day? Who day? Who day? Oh, I love that.
Bill Cowher, Steeler head coach, a man who has waited so long to make this happen, and today he is finally celebrating his first World Championship. And as we talked about in the game, Sally, I think, oh, wait a minute, we got more.
Here we go.
Coming up. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's see, who do we have here?
I think that's Brett Kiesel, am I right?
That is Brett Kiesel, and that is Jeremy Tooman.
And Jeremy Tooman from the University of Michigan.
I know.
Our tight end.
2 guys who play key roles in this football team.
Absolutely. Talk about mentoring. Heath Miller will tell you, Jeremy Tooman took him aside and taught him that. Sean Morey from Special Teams, right up there, the wide receiver. And let me correct myself. There is no rally. The players are getting out of their cars and probably heading to the podium so they won't be mobbed. But so I want to correct myself on that. This is the rally. Now we have a marching band.
And Sally, we understand Big Ben is coming around the corner. There's a big group back there about
we can see him now,
2
Andy.
blocks back on your TV screen if you're watching, just behind that traffic light. And Jerome Bettis is there. Charlie Batch is in that group, forgive me. Charlie Batch is there. Big Ben is somewhere back there. But right now, a large group of players with their video cameras kind of videotaping everything are making their way towards the reviewing stand.
A cleanly shaven Ben Roethlisberger we see.
A little bit of the goatee left.
And that is Brett Kiesel.
Ben takes pictures, obviously, for his own blog. Which
Brett Kiesel from Wyoming.
All right, Jeremy Tooman.
And now Jeremy Tooman, the tight end from Michigan, as Sally knows, is coming to the podium as well.
#1 fans of the country.
See if we can get our camera back onto the podium position to hear from Jeremy Tooman. You can hear him now.
Thank you, Pittsburgh!
Coming up, that's the trainer right there, John.
Brown alum that now has a Super Bowl ring, Sean Morey.
Okay, Sean Morey coming to the podium, special teamer. Lost 4 consecutive conference championship games.
I want to thank you guys, Steelers Nation. There's nothing like it in the entire world, in the entire country for any team. Steelers Nation, you rock!
Sean, an alum of Brown University, am I right?
That's right. Sean is somebody, as I said before, he lost 4 straight years in the conference championship game. Then he gets to the Super Bowl, and now he gets to enjoy the moment. Meantime, we have more Steeler players working their way through the crowd on their way up here. And as we
I was thinking the last Super Bowl parade, I doubt that players had all the video equipment with them, documenting it as well as they are today.
And I'll tell you, though, every player I've talked to is just soaking up the moment, enjoying this parade, this celebration, this atmosphere. It's unlike anything these players have seen before.
You know, Cowher was quoted as saying this is surreal, something a word that's been used by many of the players. I think this is about as real as it gets. I think this really makes it very tangible for these players and for the people of, I won't just say Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, the whole area, the whole Steeler Nation.
You know, the entire second half of the season, when they won those 8 consecutive games, all throughout the stretch, these players did not try to, reflect, did not try to overhype the
That's
moment.
Ben. That's Big Ben next to Charlie Batch coming up.
Here we go. Ben Roethlisberger, sans beard, back to the goatee. And a lot of these people have been waiting for Ben Roethlisberger, and here he is, and he is enjoying this moment. Ben Roethlisberger, the youngest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl, flew in from New York last night. Just listen to the crowd acknowledge his presence.
Somebody gave him flowers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Ben said he wanted to deliver a world championship when he got here, and he has done just that. Charlie Batch over his shoulder. There's Charlie Batch from Homestead. Ben Roethlisberger, the Steel Valley Grad. All right, hey, what's up, Ben? Ben waving to us here. Charlie,
Charlie Batch and Ben waving to us. All right. Is that too much?
Oh, my goodness. And just behind them, we've got more players. We've got more guys. Let's see who we have coming up here. Cedric Wilson has his own car here. Cedric Wilson, who became a big contributor in the postseason.
Absolutely. That end zone catch in Denver was crucial.
And here is Jeff Reed, Steeler place kicker, Mr. Dependable. Jeff Reed, along with special teams.
And Chris Gardocki, the punter, who put it down on the 2-yard line to help the Steelers in that Super Bowl win.
Well, you know those special teams guys like to stick together. Greg Warren, the long snapper, back there as well. There's Jeff, Chris Gardocki.
Chris Gardocki. Oh, there's Sally Gardocki and Cole. You saw him on our air. She sent an email out to all their friends before the game, thanking them for their support.
And more members of the Steeler family, some of the support staff. It takes an entire group of people to make this Steeler team successful. And just behind them is the Mount Lebanon Marching Band.
There's one person missing we haven't seen yet.
Well, there's 2 people we haven't seen. Big Ben.
No. We've seen Ben. He's just gone by.
Jerome Bettis and Hines Ward.
And Hines Ward, oh my gracious, the MVP. How could I miss that?
But folks, I got to tell you, Big Ben was soaking up the entire moment. So is Charlie Batch.
And you know what, for Charlie Batch, Steve at Steel Valley High School.
And all of you, we're glad we could bring it home to you guys. You're the best fans in the world. You've been there for us through thick and thin, and we appreciate it very much. And we brought one home for the thumb. Thank you again.
Ben Roethlisberger.
You know what? They taped the late night talk show he was on last night at 7 o'clock. So he's had probably a pretty late night, and he's going to probably, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see him popping up on national television all over the place. As his agent said, he stands to make $20 million over the next several years as the winning quarterback in the Super Bowl.
27-4 as a starter, an amazing record. And this kid he's only 24. He's got plenty of time. More Steeler players. I guess what they're doing, they're coming up. Their cars are stopping at the podium, and then they're saying a few words and then driving off. So we're gonna have a chance to hear from all the big names throughout the course of this parade, celebration, pep rally, call it you will.
Gillis Booker, Arnold Harrison.
And this is absolutely incredible. Just the terrible towels, the atmosphere. Sally, this is it's hard to find the words to describe it.
It is, yeah. I'm watching Jeff Reed here sign autographs because their truck is stopped. And you know what? At one of the pep rallies before they left for Detroit, he signed every autograph, every towel, every jersey that was presented to him. These players have been very accessible to the fans, and the fans appreciate that.
And the fans here have been very, very patient as well. And once again, we're waiting for the final groups of players to come through. And I think we're going to have some of the special teams players work their way towards the podium. They've announced Jeffrey. We'll see if he'll come up here and speak.
Who's waited 15 years.
Meantime, while we wait for the next group of speakers, as we look back towards the parade route, we see another caravan of players kind of stopping traffic right now and kind of videotaping all the surroundings, everything that's going on.
You know, it was interesting. It was interesting, Andrew. We saw the trainers go by in one of the vehicles. They are crucial to the welfare of this team, and the Steelers were the first team to have a woman trainer.
Sally, just down the road, we see Joey Porter is on his way down here. Joey Porter, the man who really kind of fired up a very quiet Super Bowl week by attacking Jeremy Stevens for what at the time sounded like an innocent comment, but it psyched Joey to a brand new level of excitement. So Joey Porter and his entourage are slowly working their way up here.
And speaking of Joey Porter, there were comments that his comments and the war of words, so to speak, between Jeremy Stevens and him would have no effect on the game. Well, there are some people who thought Jeremy Stevens was so frightened, not frightened, but afraid he was going to get hit, that he dropped so many of those passes, and that had quite an impact on the game's outcome.
I got to tell you, for a team that's usually quiet and goes about its business, Joey Porter loves to talk. Okay, we got the Steelers special teamers heading to the podium. Here's Jeff Reed.
Wow, this is incredible. You guys are crazy for real. Everybody give a wave to that truck over there. That's my family, the special teams family. Obviously, this whole team. That's my family over there, so I want everybody to give them a wave, give them a shout. Let me hear you now. Let me hear you. You know what? We went to Detroit with one thing in mind, and that's a ring. And one for the thumb, whatever you want to call it. We all got one on this team because we worked hard, and you guys supported us. You know what? We played in Detroit in a dome, but we really played in Pittsburgh over there. It was crazy out there, and that's one of the main reasons we won. Thank you for everything, guys. We'll see you next year.
He scored 3 points in the Super Bowl.
Jeff Reed acknowledged